Have you ever felt a gaze burning into the side of your face, even when you weren't looking? A sensation that transcends physical senses and touches something primal within your intuition. Warning you that you are being watched? Today we are venturing into the labyrinth of the human psyche to decode the 7 subconscious signs someone is secretly obsessed with you, revealing behaviors that leak out when the conscious mind loses control. The human mind is excellent at keeping secrets, but the subconscious is a terrible liar, and if you stay engaged till the end, you'll understand something most people never realize about the invisible threads of desire that might be wrapping around you right now without you even knowing it. When we speak of obsession, we are not talking about a simple crush or a fleeting romantic interest. We are discussing a biological state, where another person's neural pathways have rewired themselves to prioritize you above every other stimulus in their environment. This is intense, it is deep, and it is often happening right under your nose. The first sign is something called the anchored gaze, but it functions differently than you might expect. In psychology, we know that the eyes are the only part of the brain that is visible from the outside, and they betray everything. When someone is secretly obsessed with you, they don't just look at you, they anchor to you. You might notice that when you are in a group setting, even if they are speaking to someone else, their feet and their torso are angled towards you. This is a subconscious orientation response. Their body wants to go where their mind is stuck. But the true anchored gaze happens in the peripheral. If you were to suddenly turn your head, you would catch them looking away instantly. This rapid aversion is not just shyness. It is the limbic system reacting to the threat of exposure. They are drinking you in when they think you are blind to it, effectively memorizing your movements because their brain is starving for the dopamine hit that your visual presence provides. It is a hunger that cannot be sated by a mere glance. It requires a deep, studying stare that they must hide to protect themselves. This leads us directly into the second sign, which is a phenomenon known as the chameleon effect, or extreme subconscious mirroring. You have likely heard of mirroring, where people copy body language, but obsession takes this to a deeper, almost eerie level of synchronization. It is not just that they cross their legs when you cross yours. It is that they begin to adopt the cadence of your speech, the specific words you use, and even the rhythm of your breathing. This is the ultimate form of empathy run wild. When someone is obsessed, the psychological boundary between self and other begins to dissolve. They want to merge with you, and since they cannot do that physically in the moment, their subconscious tries to become you. You start noticing that they are using a slang word you invented, or they suddenly develop an interest in a niche hobby you mentioned once. This is not a coincidence, it is identity consumption. They are trying to build a bridge to your inner world by populating their own life with pieces of yours. If you want to test this, try leaning forward slightly while speaking to them and whispering. If they are obsessed, they will instinctively lean in and lower their volume to match yours within a fraction of a second, driven by mirror neurons that are firing exclusively for you. As we descend deeper, we encounter the third sign, the historian's memory. The human brain is an efficiency machine designed to forget. It deletes millions of bits of irrelevant data every single day to conserve cognitive energy. It forgets names, dates, and what it had for breakfast. However, someone who is obsessed with you will remember details that even you have forgotten. They will recall the name of your childhood pet, exactly how you take your coffee, or a random offhand comment you made about a fear of heights 3 months ago. This is known as cognitive allocation. Their brain has tagged you as high-value data, meaning that when you speak, their hippocampus, the memory center, is fully activated, inscribing your words into long-term storage as if they are sacred texts. You might feel a strange shiver when they bring up a detail so small, it should have been washed away by time. It implies that while you were living your life, they were studying it. They are building a detailed mental model of you to interact with when you are not around. Treating your past as a treasure map they must memorize to understand the territory of your heart. This connects seamlessly to the fourth sign, which manifests in the modern age as the digital ghost. Obsession leaves a footprint in the virtual world just as it does in the physical one. You start noticing that they are always the first to view your stories, often within seconds of you posting. This is not luck. This signifies that they are likely keeping your profile open. or their notifications are set specifically for you, creating a digital orbit where they circle your life waiting for a signal. But the deeper psychological tell is the accidental interaction with old content. If you have ever received a notification that they liked a photo from 2 years ago, only for them to unlike it immediately, you have caught them in a deep dive. They are consuming your history because they are trying to insert themselves into a timeline where they didn't exist. They want to know every version of you, the you before you met them, because they feel a possessive need to understand the totality of your existence. It is a digital manifestation of a desire to consume your entire narrative. The fifth sign shifts into the visceral territory of the nervous baseline shift. To spot this, you must observe how they act when you are not around. Are they confident, loud, and the life of the party? Now, watch what happens when you enter the room. If they suddenly become quiet, fidgety, or awkward, that baseline shift is a massive indicator of hidden obsession. Conversely, if they are usually quiet but become loud and performative when you are near, it is the same signal. This happens because your presence causes a massive spike in their cortisol and adrenaline levels. They are experiencing a biological stress response because the stakes feel incredibly high to them. They are terrified of making a mistake in front of you, which paradoxically causes them to malfunction. This is the pratfall effect in real time. Their cognitive resources are so focused on analyzing your reaction to them that they lose control over their own motor functions. You might see their hands shake, or they might stumble over their words. That clumsiness is the debris of a mind that has been shattered by your proximity. The sixth sign is perhaps the most primal and dangerous: the sentinel's jealousy. This is often not explicitly aggressive. It is microaggressive. Watch their face when someone else makes you laugh. Watch their eyes when someone else touches your arm. For a split second, you will see a flash of coldness, a tightening of the jaw, or a micro-expression of disgust. This is resource guarding. In their subconscious mind, you are a valuable resource that is threatened by the presence of competitors. They might try to interrupt the conversation, physically place themselves between you and the other person, or immediately change the subject to bring your attention back to them. They are subconsciously marking their territory. Even if they have no claim over you, their mind believes they do. They feel a phantom ownership. This jealousy is the shadow side of obsession, the fear of loss before they have even gained anything. It is a powerful, dangerous emotion that simmers just beneath the surface of polite interaction, revealing that they perceive anyone else in your life as an intruder in their fantasy. Finally, we reach the seventh sign, the one that ties all others together: the artificial proximity. The universe seems to constantly throw you two together, but if you look closely, you will realize it is not the universe. It is them. They manufacture reasons to be near you. If you are at a party, they will gravitate to your corner. If you are at work, they will find reasons to walk past your desk multiple times a day. This is the proximity principle weaponized. They are trying to increase the mere exposure effect, a psychological phenomenon where people tend to develop a preference for things merely because they are familiar with them. They are subconsciously trying to imprint themselves onto your reality. They want to be the background radiation of your life. They will ask for help with things they already know how to do, just to buy 5 minutes of your time. They will leave an item behind, just to have a reason to come back and see you. It is a relentless, quiet pursuit of your presence, a need to breathe the same air and exist in the same space. Now, as you reflect on these signs, as you picture the faces of the people in your life, you might feel a sudden realization hitting you. You might realize that someone has been screaming their feelings in silence right in front of you for months. But here is the deeper twist, the psychological mirror I promised you at the start. Why did you click on this? Why are you searching for signs of obsession? Is it because you crave the safety of being wanted? There is a psychology to the seeker as well. We often look for obsession in others to validate our own existence, to feel that we are worthy of such consuming focus. Or perhaps, as you listened to these descriptions, you weren't thinking of someone who is obsessed with you. You were realizing that you are the one displaying these signs for someone else. You are the one memorizing the coffee order. You are the one staring from the periphery. Obsession is a two-way mirror, and sometimes we don't know which side of the glass we are standing on until the light hits it just right. Recognizing these signs is not just about decoding others, it is about understanding the terrifying vulnerability of human connection. We all want to be seen, to be known, to be held in the mind of another so deeply that we become a part of them. If you found yourself in these words, or if you found a face in your memory that fits this profile, take a moment to breathe into that realization. The subconscious never lies. It only waits for you to listen. Understanding this dynamic gives you the power to either open the door to that connection or to gently close it before the intensity consumes you both. Human hearts are fragile, complex engines of desire, and now you have the blueprint to read the engine lights. Walk through your world with this new vision and notice who is really watching when they think you aren't seeing, because the truth is often hiding in the shadows of a lingering glance.